This week.
Not sure what to play in between some higher profile releases like last week's Into the Radius and next week's Max Mustard and Metal Hellsinger? Well, fortunately 404 Games has you covered with Grand Rush VR Highway Car Traffic Racing Simulator, an endless runner style racing game where you just avoid other cars on the street with no intersections or pedestrians or turns or shifts in elevation or other players or fun. Yeah, this one looks fucking horrible. Welcome, Spirit Guardian, to Encircled, a tower defense game combining strategic depth, endless replayability, and a whimsical sense of humor. Freely place your towers anywhere on the map to create the ultimate defense, considering the elemental type advantages and disadvantages to outsmart your foes. When your tower can't hold the line, take matters into your own hands. Literally, channel powerful beams in first person to decimate enemies and turn the tide of battle. One of our favorite multiplayer games, Stilt, is getting a new multiplayer mode this week called Color Splash, based on the description which reads, "Paint everything in sight and compete to cover the most ground before time runs out." It sounds a lot like Splatoon. It's been a while since I dropped into this one, and there have been multiple updates since, all of which I'm looking forward to checking out soon. Puzzling Places teamed up with Walkabout Mini Golf this week to bring the Cherry Blossoms course into Puzzling Places as, you guessed it, a 3D jigsaw puzzle. If you own Puzzling Places, it's out now, for free.
Some events change the world forever.
If you saw my Chernobyl Again review bite last week, then you know that the PSVR2 version was a total mess. Well, the developers claim that they're working around the clock to make things right, and the first patch already dropped. It doesn't fix the constant visual stutter and frame rate issues, but it does fix the cabinets and drawers falling off their hinges in the opening area, and now the antenna actually beeps, allowing you to solve the radio puzzle. Hopefully the next patch will address the bigger overarching issues.
Deconstruct. I will fix reality piece by piece.
One of the season's biggest games has apparently gotten a delay. According to the PlayStation Store, Skydance's Behemoth, which was originally slated to drop in November, has suffered a 1-month delay into December 5th. There hasn't been an official word from Skydance, and the PlayStation Store isn't the most reliable place to get your news from, but changes in release dates like this one on the store are hardly ever an accident. If you thought that we knew every game coming out for PSVR2 for the rest of the year, well, guess again. As I predicted weeks ago on Gamescast, there are still plenty of games that we've either A, heard nothing about, or B, games without release dates that have fallen off our radar that'll suddenly re-emerge without notice in 2024. And this week, in response to PSVR Fanatics' list of October PSVR2 releases on Twitter, VR Kiwi Games responded by saying, "We've got a new release coming in November. #Pirate." Leading us to wonder if it's a new original game from VR Kiwi that we've never heard about, or just something that they're publishing. Bootstrap Island seems too far off, and Pirates VR Jolly Roger still has no release date, so who knows? Maybe something else? Another physical PSVR2 game for you collectors out there has been announced. C-Smash VRS New Dimension, which features the PSVR2 version and the flat-screen PS5 version, is releasing on limited run games. Pre-orders are open now until October 20th and should ship in early March. In the lead up to launch, Kid Pilot seemed like it was going to release across all platforms simultaneously, but then just days before launch, the developers over at Flamingo Simulation Systems announced that the PSVR2 version would be out sometime later. Well, it looks like later is actually very soon, as they confirmed with me over on their Discord this week that the PSVR2 version will be out sometime before the end of the year. If you need your weekly dose of new Aces of Thunder footage, here's 21 new seconds of USSR aviation. With rumors everywhere about a state of play happening this week, you've got to wonder if we'll finally get a release date for this one. Upcoming PSVR2 racer EXOcars just got a new trailer this week showing off more tracks, and shockingly, an October release window. But by all accounts, here's what to expect when EXOcars drops. A somewhat bare-bones racing game that'll add tracks, cars, and features as they go, with one of those features being racing wheel support after launch. Listen, I don't want every game to launch in early access, but I'm okay getting into EXOcars on day one, and watching it expand over time. It's not often we get PSVR1 news to talk about, but in an official statement on September 17th from the Minecraft developers, they stated, "Our ability to support PlayStation VR has come to an end, and will no longer be supported in updates after March of 2025. You will no longer be able to use your PlayStation VR with Minecraft, as it will no longer be supported in the latest updates."
Of opportunities. The committee assures you that the Ventorsk security zone is under total control.
Into the Radius dropped on PSVR2 last week, and I had a total blast with it. But if you haven't picked it up for yourself yet, well, here's your chance to get it for free. Fast Travel Games has given us 2 North American keys for a giveaway. So how do you enter? It's easy. Just join our Discord and say, "I want Into the Radius" in our brand new Into the Radius giveaway channel. And I'll announce the winners later this week. Sure, a lot of us only bought Farpoint because it came with the aim controller, although I think I personally bought the aim controller because it came with Farpoint. Either way, it turned out to be an awesome first-person shooter with a surprisingly good narrative and great multiplayer modes, and eventually developer Impulse Gear added a massive weapon upgrade system. Listen, this needs to be on PSVR2, along with all the other first and second-party PSVR1 games. Sony, if you're listening, you've got to realize that all of these games that are stuck on PSVR1 are awesome, and porting them over to PSVR2 would require such a small effort on your part. It would go such a long way to show that you're still supporting your new headset with quality, first-party releases. Every week, our good friend Professor Lilith organizes a multiplayer meetup over on our Discord. It happens every Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern, and this week we'll be playing 20-player online racing sim Gran Turismo 7, which only beat out D-Day by 1 vote. So if you think your vote doesn't matter, it does. If you can't make this week's meetup, don't worry. It happens every Sunday at the same time. So make sure you click the link in the description below. Come join our Discord.
Find your line.
This week